All right, guys. Fuller coming to you with another one. Um, so I just want to go into that welterweight and super welterweight news. There's been some happenings with that. Um, it is official. We're gonna get the Duran Ennis, Boots Ennis, IBF Eliminator fight versus Castillo Clayton. Unfortunately, the problem is he's still not going to get the credit he deserves for that fight. Just due to the simple fact that, unfortunately, like Boots has the unfortunate luck, the unfortunate thing of being a fighter who, he's one of those guys where no matter what he does, it's not going to be enough. No matter what, like no matter what challenges he takes, it's not going to be enough for the average fan. And it's sad that it's like that, but it's just like this is the reality we live in with these boxing fans. For the simple fact that you have to understand that, you know, Jaron Ennis just has the unfortunate, I guess you could say, and I'm being sarcastic. Don't mind my sarcasm, you know. But I guess Jaron Bruce Ennis, he has the unfortunate curse of Ham. You know what I mean? Like he has the curse of Ham. So with that being said, the problem is that he basically is gonna be not gonna get credit for anything. He's not gonna get credit for fighting anybody, even though it is a tough fight. It is definitely a tough fight to do this. Castillo Clayton is a very durable guy. Castillo Clayton is a guy who, and he's strong too. That's the thing. Like he's a very strong guy. I would really be surprised, honestly, if it ends. You know what I mean? If it ends within the 4 rounds, because of the simple fact that this is a strong guy. This is a very, very strong guy that he's fighting. So he's not going to get any credit for fighting him. But the thing is, Virgil Ortiz, he'll get credit for fighting the guy he's fighting, though. They'll give him all the credit in the world. And people will come to this page and they'll like hate on Bruce Ennis. And they're gonna, and the thing is about the difference between Virgil Ortiz and Bruce Ennis is that with Virgil Ortiz, they're giving him opponents that cater to his style. They're giving him these dudes that really are like more like very, very much for him, very much for the type of style he fights. That's what they're doing with him. So with that being said, it's like, I don't really think nothing much of who he's fighting, because they're not giving him dudes that, what I mean, that are gonna give him a hard time. Golden Boy knows better. The difference is Jaron Ennis is just trying to fight whoever he can fight. That's the thing. You look at the fact that, when Sean Porter said Jaron Ennis was overrated, when as a matter of fact, he's underrated, Jaron Ennis was trying to fight him. He's like, Jaron Ennis was like, hey, if I'm underrated, like come out of retirement and fight me. That's what he said. So if he said that, I'm pretty sure Jaron Ennis would take the fight. Um, it's a guarantee that he would take the fight, you know? So, with that being said, it's like he's in a like kind of like lose-lose situation. He can't do anything that's gonna that's gonna really help him in his situation. You know, it's not gonna really. It's in essence, Jaron Ennis has to fight whoever he can fight. That's the whole thing. That's the reality. He has to fight whoever is available for him, and these are the guys that are available for him. Because at the end of the day, how are you gonna fight someone who doesn't want to fight you? And then another thing that happened too, and this was I was surprising, and you know I go hard for my Cubans. You know I love my Cuban guys, but I had to call it out as it is. You know, I kept it a buck. I kept it all the way a buck. But you even had your Dennis Ugas on Twitter say, "Who is this guy? I've never heard of this guy," and he's talking about Castillo Clayton. So I said to your Dennis Ugas, I tweeted back like. I said, Joran Inez, I said, Joran Inez, esta buena pelea para ti. You know, I said that to him because, you know, hey, he's trying to prove himself. So, you know, why not fight him if you're successful against Spence? You never know. You know, it can happen. I'm favoring Spence in that fight, but you never know. He may be able to get past him with his counterpunching ability. So I don't know if that fight is going to be on the Erickson Lubin card or not. The Erickson Lubin Fedora card, which is in April. That's when we're getting that fight. I don't know if it's going to be on there or not. We just have to wait and see if it is. However, we do have the some more news that came out, and this news actually came out yesterday, I think. So, you know, it looks like we may have a postponement on the undisputed fight at that super welterweight division. It looks like we're going to have a postponement of that because of the simple fact that we have Brian Castano. He's injured. They said he suffered a bicep injury in sparring. So I don't know, like, I mean, that fight is pretty much in jeopardy. We don't know when that fight's going to be because of the simple fact that, you know, I want to say that, that it's indefinite. He hasn't given like a date or anything when he's going to be back. He hasn't given a definite time in which he's going to come back. So we don't know when we're going to get that fight. Which means that, I don't know, maybe this could be the opening needed for my favorite 154 pounder. This is my favorite 154 pounder, me personally. When I have two favorite 154. Well, three. There's three 154 pounders I really rock with. There's none other than Erickson Lubin, of course. There's a new one coming in the ranks. His name is Blas Vasant. That dude's going to be a problem. Yeah, definitely going to be a problem. And then there's another hard-hitting Cuban dude who's going to be a problem as well. But when Erislandy Lara was at 154, he was my favorite 154 pounder when he was there. But he has since moved on to 160. Now, so with that being said, if, you know, Lubin is successful against Fundora, let's just say that he's successful against Fundora, and Brian Castano doesn't like really like give an answer on like when he's gonna come back. This kind of maybe can give us that rematch with Erickson Lubin and what's his name? Erickson Lubin and I want to say Jamel Charlo. You know, I'm still gonna say this and I'm gonna still hold to it, but I just believe personally that Erickson Lubin, he was 21 years old when he fought Jamel Charlo. You know, he was 21 years old. He was really chasing greatness very, very young. You know, because you have to understand something. Erickson Lubin was like touted to be like one of the top guys. He was touted to be, you know, definitely a force to be reckoned with in the boxing. I mean, people were really, really big on Erickson Lubin, right? So with that being said, he was fast tracked, and you know, sometimes there's some mistakes when you're fast tracked, and that was one of the mistakes. Is that he went into the fight pretty early, and he made a rookie mistake. He ducked down on the center line and he got caught. You know what I mean? I think that with his game maturing and stuff like that, it would be a whole different ball game in the rematch. That's just me. That's what I just believe personally. You know what I mean? I believe that Erickson Lubin is a better boxer than Jamel Charlo, and I even will gamble to say that Erickson Lubin got more power than Jamel Charlo. You know, that's just my personal belief. So with this happening to Brian Castano, I don't know. Maybe if Brian Castano is not back in July, maybe we can get that fight. You know, maybe we can get that rematch with Jamel Charlo and Erickson Lubin if Lubin is successful in chopping down the tree in Honduras. For the simple fact that the winner that gets put in the position to get to have gotten the winner of that Castano Jamel Charlo fight. So we just gotta wait and see what happens. You know, I'm a believer that, you know, that fight. Hopefully Castano will, you know, be recovered in time to get the fight, because of the simple fact that, hey, you know, it's unfinished business. I rewatched the fight with Castano and Lubin. I mean, excuse me, Castano and Charlo, and I felt that with Castano's effective aggression, because it was effective aggression, I felt that Castano won the fight. I felt that he won the fight 7-5. I felt that he edged it out, but they gave it a draw. So with that being said, we just gotta wait and see. We gotta wait and see, man. Looking forward to the fight. And with that being said, let's stay tuned. Let's see if we get the rematch. And some other news that came from that is that I think the governing bodies are not really buying Castano's story. They're saying that they want some medical evidence that he hurt himself. And so what that may mean that, you know, if he can't show any medical evidence that he hurt himself, that means that he possibly would have to defend his title against his mandatory, who is Tim Tszyu, the son of Costa Tszyu. The Costa Tszyu who ducked Floyd Mayweather. But anyhow, man, that's all I got for now. We just gotta wait and see. I'm glad we got Boots active. You know, the thing that I have to say about Boots is that he's one of these fighters who just stays around the gym rat, totally dedicated, and you gotta love that. But with that being said, man, I'm off until the next one. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Full of signing out. Unjarama.